Hey, how's it going? It is Caliber Hitter of CaliberHitting.com. And I recently ran into an article from the Palm Beach Post written by Jorge Milian. But before I begin, Leonard Posner, wants to get one of these publications sued because Lenny's goal is to have one of these writers mention one of these individuals Lenny is stalking in one of their articles. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to debunk these writers that are writing for Lenny and notify them that they are doing a lousy job. They should get their license revoked, or if they have one, they should get their jobs removed because this is lousy reporting. And like I said, Lenny's goal is to get one of these publications sued. And this is how they're gonna learn not to fall for what Leonard is trying to accomplish. And Leonard Posner is a troll. This has nothing to do with Sandy Hook because I am not a Sandy Hook truther. Matter of fact, I have produced documentaries exposing these Sandy Hook hoaxers. Okay? So let's begin. Let's see what Jorge Milian got wrong. So we can see here that publications need to admit now that Leonard Posner is a cyberstalker. That's what he is. Let's see what they say now. Jorge writes, Posner has likely made himself a bigger target through his website owner.com, which aims to bring awareness to the cruelty and criminality of hoaxer activity. He scores the internet looking for objectionable material, then petitions those sites to clean up their pollution and their garbage. So now, following Leonard for a good year now, exposing his cyber terrorism, because that's what I do. I expose cyber trolls like Leonard here, and I've gotten people arrested in the past. I have helped law enforcement locate individuals, etc. So following the cyber terrorist Leonard Posner, I have noticed now that they have to admit in articles that Lenny Posner is a cyberstalker. A few articles state that Lenny brings it upon himself, and they are correct. But they sugarcoat it, saying that people are harassing Lenny, but that's false. This is what Jorge got wrong. No, it's Lenny harassing other individuals. Just take Dutch Sense as an example. Michael Danage, who hasn't even mentioned Lenny in 3 years, but Lenny has obtained numerous domains of him where he's libeling and slandering the man. So let's focus on this comment now. Let's see what Posner said. He said, what are you supposed to do if people are abusing and harassing you? He said, I would certainly go away if all these haters went away. Really, Posner? So take Dutch Sense Michael as an example. Out of hundreds of people that are not even mentioning Leonard, but Leonard takes it upon himself to target individuals that, let's say, had a run-in with Leonard, and these run-ins consist of different opinions. Let's say they had a little run-in, but Leonard is going to keep that in his head, and he's going to continuously cyberstalk these individuals, even target their families in some cases. And the cycle keeps on going and going because some of these individuals have to respond to Lenny because Lenny is harassing them. And then what Lenny does is he contacts people like Jorge and have Jorge write articles for him claiming that these individuals are harassing Lenny when it's Lenny harassing them. Notice that it's Leonard Posner, the only Sandy Hook parent, that behaves this way, Jorge. So before you become Leonard Posner's little new it boy to go to write articles for, I'm going to warn you now. Lenny Posner is going to get one of your publications sued. Yes, Lucy Richards, the woman that threatened Lenny on the phone, she shouldn't have done that. Good, she's in jail. But there's a whole bunch of individuals out there that Leonard Posner is targeting, and they haven't even done a damn thing to Leonard. Just recently, he hired a user on Fiverr.com to make a slanderous video about me reading a script, okay? Lenny went around and said that the individual was a victim of mine that I cyberstalked and harassed him unknowingly to the individual that sold Leonard that video, because Leonard made it seem that I was his friend, and his job, it said, buy my Fiverr gig and I will roast your friend. So Lenny framed this individual, and he had to contact me to apologize to me, and he removed that video. But did it stop Lenny from sharing that video and spamming it everywhere? No. This is what Leonard does. He is a troll. This has nothing to do with Sandy Hook. This has everything to do from an individual like me that has helped the family members of Sandy Hook. This has to do with me saying and telling Lenny that being a troll is unacceptable, and him being a cyber terrorist is going to get him thrown in jail and is going to get news publications sued. Period. Watch my documentary, The New Adam. Watch my other documentary called The Story of Brianna Greyhouse, about how an individual cyberstalked a female online until she committed suicide. And you know what happened to that troll? He is serving 2 years in prison now. I have a great track record in identifying people that are playing stupid games on the internet. So this video goes out to Jorge Milian. He told me to go fuck myself on Twitter. But hey, we're going to have evidence in advance that if Jorge decides to write a slanderous article about individuals Lenny is stalking, he and his publication are going to get sued. Period. I wish Lenny would put my name in one of these slanderous articles. That would be the biggest payday I have ever gotten in my life without doing a goddamn thing. And I could prove without a shadow of a doubt that Lenny has been harassing me, that Lenny has been harassing my family, that Lenny has been framing me. Why? Because if you have content about Lenny Posner on your websites or on YouTube, he's going to harass you and stalk you until you take it down. But no, I'm not going to take down my facts that I have about Lenny, about how he files fake DMCAs, about how he hacks emails, about how he breaks every law in the US. No, I'm not going to take that down. I'm not going to take down crimes that have been documented that Lenny has done to me. Period. Jorge Milian is a lousy researcher. He doesn't know how to investigate nothing, and we're going to keep calling out these lousy writers until they get their facts straight, until they investigate that Leonard Posner is the one causing all this drama. Lenny Posner is the one that keeps wasting taxpayer dollars because law enforcement needs to get involved. It's Lenny Posner repeating this cycle over and over again. He's not a victim. You know who the victims are? The families of Sandy Hook, because Lenny gives other people the excuse to keep on going, because he's the only Sandy Hook parent that behaves in this manner. You gotta call it how you see it. Leonard Posner is a cyber terrorist, period. And he keeps referring to Noah. Just Google it yourself. Julian, nobody is mentioning his kid's name. It's Lenny's excuse to troll you and to try to get one of these news publications to mention the names of somebody that Lenny is stalking. Do your research. It isn't hard to type in Lenny Posner or Noah, those two names together, and see for yourself if people are targeting Lenny because of Noah, because of what people think. No, it's fictitious at this point. Nobody's targeting Leonard in that manner. What people are doing is, though, they are defending themselves towards this man that thinks the FBI and the mainstream media is his personal play toy. Somebody's going to get sued from all this. And this is a warning to Jorge. Period. Do your research. Go to Google, type in those two names, pick in the last week or month, and you'll see Lenny is full of it. Period.